Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? You're Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is Season 5, Episode 4, Sons of the Harpy. At the end of the last episode, we actually saw Tyrion get grabbed by Jorah, so I definitely hope that we pick up with them because I really want to see how that all plays out. We do know that Varys is close as well, though, and it did seem like he kind of realized something's going on, so I don't expect them to get too far, but we were also introduced to the High Sparrow, and I don't know what kind of role the Sparrows overall are going to play in the story, but I feel like they've been getting a lot of screen time, and this show doesn't just show things for no reason, so I'm sure they're going to play a major part at some point. I just don't know how it's all going to play out, but the season has really done a great job at setting up a lot of things because we've got a couple of rescue missions going on, and clearly there's wars to come, but I'm definitely ready for the season to kick it up a notch and really show how it all plays out. But if you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Okay, Jorah. I was gonna say I don't recognize this guy, but I recognize that guy. Jorah is a man on a mission. And they're gone.
Is that Estamon? Sir Jamie.
Why not send 40 of me? Or an army? Unlike most folks, you've actually got one.
Because I don't want to start a war.
This is still gonna start a war.
It has to be me.
Wants his daughter back.
Free, didn't you? I bet your sister didn't like that. Well, if you ever see the wee fucker, give him my regards.
He murdered my father. If I ever see him, I'll split him in two.
What the fuck?
How do we pay them?
House Tyrell could front the gold and the crown would pay us back in time, or I'd have words with my daughter.
No one's laughing.
You've already given us too much. No, we must arrange better terms with the Iron Bank.
Absolutely.
In person. As the King's Master of Coin, I can think of no one more qualified.
Please express
Safe travels, Lord Tyrell.
Bye-bye. She's straight gonna kill him off?
Smaller and smaller.
Not small enough.
He's next. Cersei's making moves out here.
May I offer you some wine, Your Holiness?
How may I serve?
Too often the wicked are the wealthiest, beyond the reach of justice. The King himself cannot always punish those who deserve it most.
All sinners are equal before the gods.
What would you say if I told you of a great sinner in our very midst, shielded by gold and privilege?
May the Father judge him justly.
This is Lord Peter Baelish's establishment.
That's what he thinks about that.
Boy, fucker. You murdering filth. Please, I'll pay.
Oh, I thought it was Loras.
Yes, you will.
He knows he's next. Damn. Is this it for Loras?
Get your hands off
Sir Loras of House Tyrell, you have broken the laws of gods and men. You think you are? Justice.
Marjorie's snapping.
Why is my brother in a cell?
I didn't order it.
We both know who did.
Queen.
You told me she was returning to Casterly Rock.
Queen Cersei.
Aren't you and Mother getting along?
How foolish is this kid?
I'll set him free for you.
Do you promise?
Here we go. He's gonna step up to her.
I demand that Sir Loras be freed now.
Did I arrest him?
Can I tell Marjorie you have Sir Loras released?
I told you I'm not holding Sir Loras. You're the king. I'm sure if you speak to the High Sparrow, he'll release the poor boy.
It's not gonna do shit. I really wasn't sure where they were going with the sparrows, but I'm loving them right now. Like, this is crazy.
His Holiness is praying. He will not be disturbed.
He's the king, though.
With the order, and we'll clear out this rabble.
How naive is this kid?
Bastard! You're an abomination!
We'll find another way.
How can I help you?
Come with us when we ride south. None of us know the castle as well as you do. Winterfell was your home once. Don't you want to chase the rats out of it?
Yes.
Castle Black is my home now.
Come. Let me show you what you're fighting for.
You're gonna show me some vision in the fire.
No visions.
Okay.
No magic. Just life. There's power in you. You resist it, and that's your mistake.
You want to put something else in you.
Two parts of a greater whole.
He does have a thing for redheads.
Now joining.
I don't think Stannis would like that very much.
Then we shouldn't have.
She's so evil, but so hot.
I can't. I loved another,
The dead don't need lovers.
but I still love her.
Damn, he's strong. No Nut November for Jon Snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
There it is. Sansa's out here kind of looking like the Fire Priestess now, especially with her hair dyed. See movement in the back.
I thought I might find you here. How many tens of thousands had to die because Rhaegar chose your aunt?
Yes, he chose her. And then he kidnapped her and raped her.
Come. Let's speak somewhere the dead can't hear us. Cersei, send for me. We mustn't let her sniff out any trouble.
You can't leave me here.
I know how hard
He's
it
gonna
is.
die there too.
Spies, believe me. It won't be for long.
He's actually going back.
I return before too long. You'll be strong without me.
What the fuck?
The North will be yours.
He has big plans, and I do like the sound of them. But I feel like he has even more plans he's not revealing. Do they sleep on the shore? God damn.
That would have been a shit way to die.
As far as I've seen, they're all shit ways to die.
2 nights off to rescue a princess. Sounds like a good song to me.
Sounds like all the rest.
We've seen him look in his book or his chapter
What about you?
and wanting to fill it up.
What shit way would you choose?
I've had an exciting life. I want my death to be boring.
That right there tells me it's going to be exciting.
Arms of the woman
How many do you count?
4.
How many do you think you can take?
1, if he's slow.
Just point us in the right
They're
direction.
going to have to take them
We'll
out.
find our way home.
Source in the sun. Now!
Oh! That was so slick. Let's go, Braun. Oh, is the horses, though?
That one should be slow enough.
This is training right here. Oh! Okay, that was pretty dope. Did he not think of that before?
Nice move.
Gotta hand it to him.
Mama. We must avenge Oberyn ourselves.
Without Doran, we have no
These are
army to
girls.
march against the Lannisters.
We don't need an army to start a war. We may have a problem.
He told me he smuggled Jaime Lannister into Dorne.
What?
Please come for Marcella. If he gets to her before we do, we lose our only chance for revenge.
That was
I
pretty
made
good.
my choice long ago.
Who are you?
Your captor.
You have wine?
No,
Can't sleep without wine.
and stay awake.
Surprised Tyrion doesn't know him.
My sister's in Westeros. Westeros is west.
I'm not taking you to your sister.
You said you were taking me to the Queen.
I am. In Daenerys Targaryen.
I brought this up in the last one. My last reaction.
A high-born knight from the north of Westeros, down on his luck in Essos. Your Jorah Mormont.
Talk to the hand. Yo. Look at this actress right here. This is a trap. It's a trap. I really like those masks. Go back. Go back to Khaleesi. Oh. Yo, it's still in him. You're basically trained to be like tolerant to pain, but still in between the ribs. Don't let anything happen to him. We know he can fight, but he's old, man. He's an old man. No. Fuck. Might survive, but he's hurt. Wow. Look at that aftermath. All that's left. Alright guys, that was Game of Thrones, Season 5, Episode 4, Sons of the Harpy. What a freaking incredible episode. I absolutely loved it. I guess I just got to be a little bit more patient in regards to letting the show set things up, because I was saying previously that the start of the season is a little bit slow, maybe even slower than previous seasons, but the payoff already is starting to be worth it. I feel like it's going to get better as the season goes on, because there's still 6 episodes to go, but there's a lot to discuss, even though this was actually a shorter episode. I'm pretty sure it was only like 50 minutes. And like I said, there's a lot to discuss. So I think the main things are Jaime and Bronn, which I absolutely loved. Sir Banniston at the very end. I don't know if he's still alive. I think he is. I didn't see a final kill shot, but I think he's very injured because I'm pretty sure he stabbed in the shoulder or something like that. I don't think it was a kill shot though. Grey Worm got messed up as well, getting stabbed between the ribs. So I definitely want to talk about them, but the last thing that I also want to touch on is Cersei and Sparrow. So yeah, I'm probably going to be hopping around between those 3 major things, but I absolutely loved all those things this episode. I really wasn't sure. I might as well start at the very beginning, or the first one that I mentioned, which is the Sparrows and Cersei, because I really wasn't sure where the Sparrow story was going to go, especially after the last episode when we first met the High Sparrow. I didn't know what to think of him. He seems like, I don't know, almost like I don't want to say a prophet, but like a leader for his people, and then the rest are just apostles or disciples to him. But he seemed like a fair person. He didn't want violence or anything, but at the same time, it was mentioned they wouldn't be there, and he wouldn't be there if Tywin was still around. So that got me thinking, like, what are they all about? But I really couldn't put my finger on it, what was going to come of them appearing at King's Landing. And now we're starting to see Cersei working with them. That really surprised me, especially because, yeah, we did see that they had a bit of a connection in the last episode when they first met, and I don't know if she's like intrigued by him, she just thinks he's intelligent, or she just knew right away that she could use him. But he's getting what he wants clearly, and so is she. So she's making moves out here. You saw the reaction that Marjorie had. She was absolutely pissed off when she found out about her brother Loras. And he's still alive as of right now, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be, or he's not going to be around for too much longer, because she was snapping. She went right to the king. The king sucks. I'm just going to say he's probably the worst king that we've had yet. Yes, he's not as bad as Joffrey when it comes to like senseless violence and whatnot. And he actually made a good decision this episode by not enabling violence and acting out on it, when he very could have just gave the order, be like, all right, fucking kill these people, let me through. I don't care if this guy's praying. I want to see the High Sparrow. So he chose not to, but I think that was also a little bit to do with fear. Like, he's just a kid still, I get that. And he was a little bit scared in that situation. Like, he was looking around his surroundings, and even the people that were on the streets, they were yelling out at him, like, abomination. So he has to realize his story, where he comes from, right? Because I don't know, he looked a little bit puzzled, but at the same time, he was taken aback, like that they were actually saying it to him. So I don't know, maybe he's going to ask more questions. I guess he is just an innocent kid right now, so maybe he doesn't know the whole story, but yeah, it's definitely going to be revealed. I just don't see him being a king for too much longer. Like, he has no power whatsoever. Cersei is doing everything. When it comes to inside, Cersei is running shit. When it comes to outside, like, he can't even do anything in the streets. So yeah, I don't expect his reign to be a long one, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But at the same time, I kind of feel bad for the kid. Like, he is so innocent. He's just a kid at the end of the day. That's really what it comes down to. Like, Marjorie's using him, Cersei's using him, and then when he tries to talk He's the king, and he's trying to tell his mother what he wants, and even his mom is shutting him down like, oh, I didn't arrest him. I'm not holding him captive. You're going to the wrong people. If you go to the High Sparrow yourself, I'm sure he'll acknowledge you nicely. So it's very interesting to see the lack of power that he actually has, even in the position that he holds. So yeah, I don't see his reign being very long, but at the same time, it sucks for the kid because everyone's basically using him. Marjorie's might be the worst. Cersei's up there as well. Like those two, I don't know what's going to go down with those two either because King's Landing is not big enough for the both of them. I'll just say that. And they're both snapping right now. Not so much Cersei. She's kind of just acting out a little bit. I don't even know why she's pulling so many strings. Like, soon as Tywin died, she's like, all right, I guess I'm the king now. So, yeah, it's all going to come back to her. Speaking of King's Landing, though, I almost forgot to mention this before I wrap things up altogether. I wasn't even going to mention it at all. Littlefinger and Sansa. He's actually brave enough to go back to King's Landing after what he did in the heist that he pulled. What does this guy think? I think he might be getting a little bit too cocky because with Cersei out there running the show, like, she is pissed off. She does not give a fuck right now. If she even gets a whiff, and wait, come to think of it, does she already know that Littlefinger played a part in it? She already knows about Varys. She doesn't know about Jaime. I don't know if she knows about Littlefinger, but I feel like it's not going to take her too long. As much as I dislike Cersei, she is a smart cookie too, and I hate to admit it, but we've seen it. She's definitely smart, so I feel like it's not going to take her very long to realize what Littlefinger was up to, and the fact that he's going back there, I know he's probably trying to think like, oh, this looks even better for me. If I go back there, it seems like I had even less to play a part of it. I don't think that's the case. I think he might be walking into his death because Cersei, she's going off right now, so nobody is safe. I'll just say that. But that stuff with the sparrows, I don't know what it is about the sparrows. Like, when it comes to like religious cults and just groups like that, I don't know. It's always freaked me out. Even like when it comes to real life stuff like Jim Jones and just people having that type of following, it's always freaked me out. So when we saw them just walking the streets with the chains, at first you just thought, I don't know, maybe they're just a religious cult. They just want to be peaceful. They just want peace in the streets. No, they want death to all sinners, and they're going right after Loras. Yeah, he might not be around much longer, and I don't know what it is about them, but it kind of freaked me out. Cults, when it comes to horror, I feel like everybody has that one thing that's really effective for them. Like slasher movies, they don't do anything for me. They're just basically like popcorn flicks for me. I absolutely love them. But for some people, they might be scared of slashers, and I don't know how many people there are, but that might be the thing that triggers some people. When it comes to other stuff like possessions, that might trigger some people, or ghosts. But for me, when it comes to cults, I don't know what it is. Maybe because it is real, even though they're just claiming that they're cleansing the sinners. But the next thing I want to touch on is Jaime and Bronn, because I absolutely love their bond and their relationship. Every time that they're on screen together, it's super entertaining. And to see that fight that went down with Dawn, I guess, or the people of Dawn, I'm pretty sure it was, that was freaking amazing. We already know that Bronn is an amazing fighter, and then to see Jaime actually fight with one hand as well. That whole scene where it looked like he was done, he lost his sword, and then the enemy came swinging at him, and he actually grabbed it with his hand. Well, I guess it got stuck in his metal hand or his gold hand. That was freaking epic. I love that scene, and I did say it during the reaction, but I'm gonna say it here as well. Going back to season 1, if you would have told me I'd be cheering for Jaime Lannister at some point, I would have told you you were freaking crazy, because I did not expect to actually like this character, and I will fully admit I do like the Jaime Lannister character now. So yeah, I'm a man of my word. If I will admit to my wrongs, and I will fully admit that I do like him now. So good job writing, good job show. You got me when it comes to his character. I don't know if when it comes to, like, say, Theon's character, if they'll ever turn me around on that, though. What he did, turning his back on Robb, that still kills me. And I gotta say as well, for some early Black Friday deals, I actually saw on Walmart, for anybody here in Canada, for like $10, I bought a Robb Stark Funko Pop. I'm looking up my collection over here, but it's my first Game of Thrones Funko Pop, and I had to get the Robb Stark one. There was a few other listings, but yeah, the reason why I brought that up, and that's the main reason why I'm bringing up Theon as well, I don't think I'll ever feel the same about the Theon character like I am feeling about the Jaime Lannister character. So, hey, that's a challenge to you guys or the writing team. Obviously, the show is already over and done with, but I haven't gotten to it yet. If they ever make me feel for the Theon character, I will say this is the greatest show of all time. But even if they don't, it's pretty damn good. But the last thing I want to touch on, what was the last thing that I was mentioning? I'm kind of forgetting here. Obviously, Jorah. Oh, Sir Banniston. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to say his name wrong, because if he did die there, I'm just going to look it up real quick. If he did die there, I'm going to kick myself for saying his name wrong. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sure some of you guys are screaming right now watching this. If anybody is still watching this recap, you're like, oh my god, just say his name right. So Sir Barristan. Apologies. If that was the last that we saw of him, it really sucks. And they were really setting it up, though, at the same time, because he had a sweet moment with Khaleesi. They were basically sharing stories of the past, telling her about her family, I think it was. So yeah, that was still an epic moment, an epic scene. The whole entire fight. There was a lot of fights that went down this episode, actually, but that was great to see. I was rooting for him. He clearly saved Grey Worm. If Grey Worm lives, I'm pretty sure he will. I just don't know if this old man will or not. But if he dies and Grey Worm lives, clearly he went out like a freaking man. That was epic. He's a good character. And I gotta say, I really like his relationship with Khaleesi ever since Jorah's been out of the picture, but if he dies and now Jorah's back in the picture, I'm going to feel bad for them. But either way, I don't want to admit that he's dead just yet, so I'm not going to say RIP. I guess we're going to have to wait till the next episode to actually find out his fate. As of right now, I'm holding out hope. But yeah, this was just overall a great episode. I absolutely loved it. I know I was talking shit about the earlier episodes. None of them were bad. I don't want anybody to think that I don't like this show or I'm thinking that even the slower episodes are bad, because that's not the case. I still like this show. It's just that we came off such a high in season 4. Like, there's a lot of stuff going down, a lot of action, a lot of epic moments. And I understand, though, we got to build things back up. So yeah, I just want to make that very clear. Like, I don't hate the show. I don't think there's any bad episodes. Like, if I recall, throughout this entire series so far, I don't think we've come across a bad episode. So I just want to make that very clear here today, just in case some people were upset about my previous comments about the season being a little bit slow. That's the thing, though. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. If I do think it is a little bit slow, I don't want to hesitate or be scared because, oh, I might get some backlash. That's not the case. I feel like the best thing about my reactions is that they're real. So I want to keep being real for you guys. And even if I do get a little bit pushback for some of my comments, hey, some of them are deserved, so I completely get that. As long as it's not hate, I'm not hate on the show. Hopefully you guys are not hate on me for any of my comments that I make. But yeah, I do like the show. It's just, I do feel in my heart that this season was a little bit slow. So I want to be honest with you guys. I'm always going to keep it real. But this episode, I will also keep it real, was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I can't wait for the next one. But I think I'm ended there, guys. I've talked long enough. I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to make myself some lunch. But yeah, as always, definitely let me know what you guys saw in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I am not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave. Let you back in, you came back in and shit on me. Drag me along for